family business. Been in business for 60 years. In October of '08, we had a staff at 27, running 2 shifts. We're now down to a staff of 19. We're running 1 shift, 32 hours a week. We don't know when we'll even go back to 40 hours a week. So effectively, all of our employees have taken a 20 to 25% pay cut with just the reduction in hours.
Secretary of the State recently issued 2 alarming reports. One of them said that 26,000 business closings in the last 2 years have taken effect right here in the state of Connecticut. And 7,000 business closing, which was a record, have also taken place in our state. But essentially, in our business here at Noujaim Tools, we do not need reports from the Secretary of the State to know how difficult it is to conduct business here in our state, and specifically in the greater Waterbury area. As in the past year, 3 of our customers who are located within 1 mile radius of our business, Autoform, ITW Anchor Stamping, and American Electro Products, closed their doors. Essentially, those businesses employed more than 500 people. All of those employees are right now on the unemployment line, unfortunately.
Is that we do no more harm to the business climate and the business environment that's out. 1,000 businesses have closed this year. 26,000 businesses have closed. What he didn't mention is that means 68,000 people have been given a pink slip and are out of a job. A couple of more stats. In the state of Connecticut, 73% of the businesses have 9 or less employees. 53% of the businesses have 4 or less employees. So we use the word business, sometimes we get confused. It's sort of a nameless, faceless thing. These are small, family-owned businesses like Noujaim.
It's going to be very, very difficult. As Salim said earlier, it is like family. I am the president of the company. I participated in all the layoffs that we've had to have. And it was pretty tough. Pretty tough.
Toughest thing you ever did?
Probably, yeah. When when you have a 55-year-old man sitting in front of you crying, it's pretty tough. That's pretty tough.
And that person has to go back to their kitchen table and look their spouse in the eye and their kids in the eye and say, you know what, I'm out of work. I'm out of work. So during this time of budget debate, are we going to make the situation worse? You have out there on the table a $1.8 billion proposed tax increase by our good friends, the Democrats on the other side of the aisle. And they want to increase your business taxes.
I was employed within ITW Anchor Stamping in the city of Waterbury. And I'm now a statistic, as you mentioned, unemployed, looking for work. Had the task of telling 150 people employed at our facility that as of a certain date you will no longer have a job. Had the same type of people in my office crying, saying, how am I supposed to support a family? I'm now finding myself in that same position, having to go home and tell my family, guess what? I don't have a job, and have to call unemployment on a weekly basis.
I think one of the things that people don't understand, especially our colleagues on the other side of the aisle, is that we're not dealing with a budget problem. If that's all we were dealing with, this would be pretty easy. What we're dealing with is an economic problem. And the way to encourage employers to expand their operations or hire more people is not by adding more taxes and more regulation and more burdens on businesses. That's not how you do it. The way you do it is by reducing those barriers to employment, and investment, and expansion. And that's what we're talking about.
Small business owner, and in retail in Waterbury, as a matter of fact. And my customers come from your companies. They're employed by your businesses. And when they are earning and when they are working, they are spending money in the local economy, and that's what's most important. We have 10% unemployment in this area, and it's very difficult for even ourselves, small business owners, on the back end because we need to get people back to work. And raising taxes on these companies would just further the damage that has already been done.
put businesses out of business. We know that for a fact. We have about 1,000 members within the Greater Waterbury Chamber, the Waterbury Regional Chamber of Commerce, and most of those businesses are small businesses. They are just trying to make their registers ring and their sales come in. And with higher taxes, they will be laying off more people and they will be closing their doors.
You're not just heads of manufacturing companies. That sounds so big. You're the backbone of this state. You put people to work, and that's what's so important.